You know, still to this day, ladies and gentlemen, I get the same old comments in my real world. And it's probably the same for you guys, right? When you talk about the things we all discuss on this channel. You're exaggerating. Shh, the world isn't like that. You're not allowed to say that one. How would you know this is true, Josh? And they're entitled to feel that way, right? They're entitled to their own opinion. But I just look at them and think to myself, you are so obviously denying reality, because if you recognize what is going on, you mentally have to deal with it, right? And most people today, let's be honest, they can't even mentally deal with a rainy day like it is in England right now. So maybe, you know what, asking them to mentally recognize the things going on right now is a step too far. Who knows? But we all know what's happening. We all know what's going on. We all know the direction of the world and how quickly it's moving there. And apparently so does the Wall Street Journal, because they have just published a very interesting article that I actually think should concern a lot of people. The headline reads, "The US government's woke training. Read instructions from the Army, NASA, the VA, and more obtained via open records law. The Department of Veterans Affairs has a gender gingerbread person. NASA says beware of micro inequities, and if US Army servicewomen express discomfort showering with a female who has male genitalia, what's the brass's reply? Talk to your commanding officer, but toughen up." Well, that does sound very interesting, doesn't it? Just like everybody else, I am really glad these powerful entities are using their time very wisely. I mean, there's real world issues going on out there, but this is what we must focus on. I mean, if we're honest with each other here, this is just straight indoctrination, right? If they don't get you in the schools, the colleges, the universities, well, if you head into the army, they'll get you there. Everybody wants everybody to feel and think the same way. I don't understand why, because inclusion is about accepting everybody, right? That funny word inclusion, because I truly believe inclusion is just about including the minority and excluding the majority, because what happens when you cast people out? They don't like that. Nobody likes to feel cast aside, and the majority just want to feel safe and happy. So when you cast the majority away, they just want to be included. So what happens? Everybody claps, everybody cheers. And that's why we're in the state today, because everybody just wants to feel accepted. And we get to the point where everybody's scared to say the truth, that they start to hate people who say the truth. Me, you can't say that. Even though they know it's true, you can't say that, that's not allowed. But hey, maybe I'm the one exaggerating things. Who knows? But I am very interested to show you all how we go about using a gender, what was it again? How the VA uses a gender gingerbread person. I'm sure you're all very interested and can learn a lot from this. Well, as you can see, for me, it's kind of like a Sudoku. I can't really work out what's going on here, but the gingerbread is informing people on things like what intersex means and how you can identify it, and the androgynous gender expression. I don't know if I said that right. To me, when I first read it, it sounded like a dinosaur we just discovered, but apparently me having these views makes me the dinosaur. But apparently androgynous means to have male and partly female qualities in appearance. So obviously very groundbreaking stuff. You know how it goes by now. I'm glad the VA used their time on this. The blood, the sweat, the tears went into this diagram. Yeah, there's real world issues, as I said, but no, we want to focus on a gingerbread person, gingerbread man. I'm just glad to see gingerbread people are feeling included now, because for years they have been left aside. Anyway, let's move into NASA's next diagram. Yes, it's another diagram. I mean, all these people using Adobe Photoshop, they're really getting their money's worth, because, that must burn a hole in your pocket. It is titled Leading Self. NASA seems to think over the years we have been taught to act as if we're colorblind and gender neutral, and that no differences exist between people, but these efforts actually limit us. Inclusive leaders recognize that everyone has unique perspectives and value, and that those differences can contribute to unique business results. While everyone has biases, these leaders minimize them through candid conversations and courageous actions, and being by personally vulnerable, authentic, and by open to learning. And we have some sort of diagram to the right to support all of this. I mean, it could have fooled me. I thought it was a new board game or something. Now, all jokes aside, this paragraph really doesn't make any sense to me, because you're saying everybody has unique perspectives on the world, but if you hired me with this perspective, right, how long would it be before you sit me down in an office and say, look, Josh, you can't be saying these things, right? It is not accepted. So is it really all perspectives you accept, or just one? Because from what I can see, the side you're pandering to only see one perspective. Funny how those things work, isn't it? I mean, NASA even have a microaggression tip sheet for everybody to use that include examples such as asking an Asian person to help with a math or science problem, as well as saying America is a melting pot. So what they're essentially saying is, if by coincidence or the off chance you need help with a maths or science question and the person you want to ask is Asian, don't ask them for help, even though they might want you to help, because somebody in the room might find it offensive. It's a microaggression. Okay, I've got it. Don't ask questions anymore, accept everything so we stand for nothing. No, okay, I got it. But lastly, let's talk about this shower situation, shall we? Let me just remind you of what they're really talking about. So if you're a woman and you're in the army and you're showering and a trans woman walks in with different genitalia to you and it makes you feel uncomfortable, you have to toughen up. You know, your feelings don't matter, which again just shows you the whole inclusion debate should be scrapped, because it's not inclusion, it's including a minority to exclude the majority. Let me just show you what diagram they've used, and it's not as fancy as the other two, so, you know, bear with. Vignette. A soldier transitioned from male to female as indicated in DEERS. The soldier did not have sex reassignment surgery. The transgender service member is using the female showers and has expressed privacy concerns regarding the open bay shower configuration. Similarly, other soldiers have expressed discomfort showering with a female who has male genitalia. And on the right, they list a few considerations and responsibilities. Number 1, soldiers should discuss concerns about privacy with their chain of command. Number 2, soldiers must accept living and working conditions that are often austere, primitive, and are characterized by little or no privacy. And number 3, all soldiers will use the billeting, bathroom, and shower facilities associated with their gender marker in DEERS. Commanders have discretion to employ reasonable accommodations when a soldier voices concerns about privacy. Steps may include facility modifications such as installing shower curtains and placing towel and clothing hooks inside individual shower stalls, authorize alternative measures to respect personal privacy such as adjusting shower schedules or changing facilities. Facilities will be designated, modified, or constructed to make TG only areas, which I assume is transgender only areas. Any modifications made must be available to all soldiers to use. Accommodations cannot isolate or stigmatize the transgender soldier. Soldiers should discuss concerns about privacy with their chain of command. So yeah, in my opinion, this is just essentially accept it, don't question it. If you see it, just look away and pretend it's not there, even if you as a woman feel uncomfortable, because you have to allow everything and accept this agenda going on. No. Look, listen, if we're going to keep pushing one side, there needs to be some common ground. We can't just keep pushing from one side because you make the other side feel uncomfortable, so much so that they feel uncomfortable not accepting it, right? They then question their own thoughts on what they say. That's not what the world should be like. I don't even know why we need to include politics in these entities, right? Just do your jobs, just get on with it. Maybe they want to cause more division. Maybe that's what people want. Who knows? But again, am I exaggerating things? But I'll relate this back to the beginning, right? As I said, you could show everyone this, what I've showed you, and there'll be some people out there still denying reality, still denying what is going on, because they're scared. They don't want to say the truth. And if they recognize it, they then have to mentally deal with it. Luckily, some people like us can handle that sort of situation. But this is the new world, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to the future. I'm sure it's going to get very stunning and brave. And I want you all to join the journey with me. So if you have enjoyed today's video, then please for me, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. What do you think about this article by the Wall Street Journal? Are you shocked? Are you concerned? Or doesn't it surprise you? I would like to know. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Please for me, make sure to always have a great day and stay safe. I'm out. Peace. See you next time.